Godzilla.
What's up, you guys? It's your boy Goji Franklin, and I'm back here with another video. And today we're going to be telling the story of what began my Godzilla obsession. So let's get right down to it. So basically, it was back in 2005. I was 5 years old, and my mom she was going to marry my stepdad, and we had lived in Las Vegas for the time. And it was the first time I actually meeting my stepbrother. So we had drove down here to San Antonio, Texas, and you know I met my stepbrother. And at the time, I was really into dinosaurs. Yeah, I was really into dinosaurs all the time. My favorite movie was the Disney Dinosaurs movie. It still kind of is one of my favorite movies today. I was into Jurassic Park and stuff like that. Just dinosaur everything. I was also into Thomas the Train, but that's just like. You know, I was really into dinosaurs and stuff like that. But when I met my stepbrother, you know, I asked him if he had any video, because he was really into video games and stuff like that. So I asked him if he had any type of dinosaur video games, you know, something like that, dinosaur movies. So what he pulled out was a game. That game just so happened to be Godzilla Saved the Earth. I own this DVD still, and I still play this game to this day a lot. I just don't have the actual case to it still. But yeah, this is still this right here, this is what got me into Godzilla. This is my favorite, probably one of my favorite games of all time. It's my favorite Godzilla game. So much nostalgia. And you know, when it came out, it came out the year before I got into Godzilla, really. But you know, it's what made me want to do all of this other stuff.
So what really began my Godzilla obsession was this game right here, Godzilla Saved the Earth for the PlayStation 2. When I was first introduced into it, I was just blown away. I took everything in. I absolutely loved it, everything about the game, and I immediately mastered it. Especially, like, I surprised myself. I mean, this is the first game I ever really played, considering I was 5 years old. And you know, when I was younger, I always used to pay attention to details and stuff like that. So that'd be, you know, the way the kaiju was designed, and you know, their beams and their powers, and you know, details and their move sets and the buildings and stuff like that. I always used to pay attention to everything. So you know, when I was younger, I instantly began to piece together, you know, the pieces of a puzzle, and you know, which kaiju was which, what movie they starred in, and you know, I was watching the movies, you know, while I was playing the game at the time too. So, you know, I just figured out, you know, it was easy for me to figure out which kaiju was which and what their identity was. And it turns out that my favorite one was Space Godzilla. When I unlocked Space Godzilla, I immediately just loved the character. I loved everything about him, his roar, his design, his powers. And when I watched the movie, I immediately fell even more in love with the character at the time. So, and you know, he's still my favorite character today.
This DVD right here was actually my fourth and fifth Godzilla movies I had ever saw in my life. Because I was such a big fan of Space Godzilla. Oh wait, that's the story of Space Godzilla. I had to get this. I saw it. I don't know if any of you guys in my audience live here in Texas, but we have a store called HEB. I saw it there at HEB, and I was just like, wow, I got to get this. Mom, can I get it? And I was with my stepbrother at the time. We got this movie and we saw it for the first time. And I was just like, wow, blew me away. I loved Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla so much. I watched this thing 5 times in a row before I even saw Godzilla vs. Destroyer. And when I saw Godzilla vs. Destroyer and I saw Burning Godzilla for the first time, oh my god, I lost everything. I saw Destroyer, and just, these movies were just so great to me. And they still are to me. I love these movies. And just like, wow. Space Godzilla immediately became even like, I immediately started liking him more and more and more, and he's still to this day, that you guys know, he's my favorite Godzilla kaiju besides Godzilla himself. So yeah, that's that.
And just this game has so much nostalgia to it, and it always has a place in my heart, and I love to play it because it's so much fun. And I really wish they'd make a HD remake of this game. So, but yeah, that's what really got me into Godzilla at the time, and I just spent so much time on it. Always playing it with my brothers and my friends and cousins and stuff like that. What really got me into it was this intro right here. This intro So awesome, so amazing. When I first saw it, it was like a movie to me. I thought it was a movie at the time, and I had so many questions from my brother after I saw it too. And it was so cool just seeing Godzilla's spines in the water, seeing him destroy this boat right here, hearing the man say Godzilla. It was just that right there. When he said Godzilla, it was so epic to me. And I was just like, wow. Every time I hear him say Godzilla, it's like, wow. I'm saying, and as a kid, when you see something for the first time, you're gonna get hooked on it. Like when something's for kids, you're gonna get hooked on it. And this right here, this was so awesome to me. Every time I played with my figures, I always try to recreate this scene right here. This scene especially right here, Godzilla versus Kiryu. This is just wow. It was just amazing. I always used to recreate, their beam fight perfectly in the game too. You know what I'm saying? It was. Then that's what I'm talking about. I always used to pay close attention to detail. So. But yeah, I'm super glad I owe my brother everything for, getting me into Godzilla with this specific video game right here. And I wouldn't be where I am today without it. And I still love the game, and I still play it all the time. And I just want to say thank you to my older stepbrother for getting me into Godzilla, because this game right here is what truly started my obsession with Godzilla.
But yeah, shortly after it was this game, right after I started playing this game, I saw my first Godzilla movie. And my first Godzilla movie just so happened to be Godzilla Final Wars, which also just happened to be my favorite Godzilla movie of all time. I love this movie so much. This movie has so much nostalgia to it. When I first saw it, I exploded. I was just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? It's just like so much like energy and excitement built up inside me, because this movie had also came out the year before I had gotten into Godzilla. It was just like wow, like it was still fresh, new and stuff like that. And I was really into this movie. I was watching this movie like 3 times a day. Shortly after that, I started watching Godzilla 2000. This was my second Godzilla movie that I ever saw, and Godzilla 2000 at the time was my favorite, Godzilla incarnation. So I was really hooked onto this movie too. I loved everything about it. And even though I was still like about to be 6 years old, I was into the music and the characters, the storyline, especially the monster fights. That's what I was really into right there. But like this movie still, I have a soft spot in my heart for this movie. And with the movies, they started escalating my likeliness for this hobby. You know what I'm saying? For Godzilla, the character. I was watching the movies 3 times a day, playing the games all day. You know what I'm saying? So after that, we watched Godzilla 1998. When I first saw this movie, I didn't really have any negative, like opinions about it, because I was young, I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So I liked the movie at the time. You know what I'm saying? It was a good movie. I didn't really realize that it wasn't the actual Godzilla, but it was a good movie to me, because it's a monster movie. He's running around, busting stuff up, and you know what I'm saying. You guys know. Come on, like it's a monster movie. When you're a kid at the time, you show any little kid, they're gonna like it, because it's cool. You know what I'm saying? The first figure that I actually ever saw was Godzilla. The Trimmaster's Godzilla 1998. This figure right here was actually my brother's. Well, not this particular figure, but this figure right here was the first Godzilla figure that I actually saw, and it was my brother's. So that's what led me to watch Godzilla 1998 right here. So, but yeah, this was my brother's figure, and I was really I really liked this figure a lot, but over the years, figure got battle damage, lost part of the tail, and just the whole figure ended up getting lost and stuff like that. And I never got it back until last year when I found it on eBay, and it was for a good price. So finally picked this guy back up, and I still love this figure so much. So these 3 right here, these were my first Godzilla movies that I ever saw, and after that, what really pulled the trigger on this hobby and stuff like this was going to Toys R Us, because my birthday was coming up. I went to Toys R Us, and at the time they had KB Toys out too. No, we went to KB Toys first before we went to Toys R Us. So I went to KB Toys, and I saw my first Godzilla figure that I ever got was this guy, the Bandai Creation Godzilla 2004. This figure right here my very first Godzilla figure that I ever owned myself. Um, it was just like I saw it at KB Toys. I was just like, "Whoa, that's the one from the movie Godzilla Final Wars," and that was my favorite Godzilla movie that I'd seen out of the three, obviously. So I just had to get this my first Godzilla figure of all time. I love it. I'm always gonna keep this figure, even though it's Bandai Creation. I'm not the biggest fan of Bandai Creation, but Final Wars Godzilla still today is my favorite Godzilla incarnation. I love Godzilla 2004, the incarnation. But yeah, this was my first figure in my collection, and when I bought this, that's when it all popped off. A few days later, I bought Bandai Creation Angus and Final Wars Rodan and Gigan and Godzilla 1954 and Burning Godzilla. I had bought a Bandai Space Godzilla. I was getting into Bandai figures. I started getting on the computer and started doing more research on these figures. I started going to more stores. I was buying and finding more movies. I was watching Godzilla Kids Mecha Godzilla, Godzilla GMK, Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla, Godzilla vs. Destroyer. Got more and more acquainted with Godzilla, internet, I was always on the computer and watching, scenes from other Godzilla movies and learning about other kaiju, figuring out which movies are which, figuring out that there are series like Showa, Heisei Millennium. Started figuring out all the different companies for these figures and stuff like that. Bandai Creation, Trim Master. Soon found out that there was X Plus, Marmot, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But I got more and more figures throughout the years. I was always going to Toys R Us, KB Toys, shopping on eBay and stuff like that, getting figures for my birthday, Christmas. For Christmas, I got that Pack of Destruction Banner Creation set, which I no longer have. I still have some figures from this mini Godzilla 1954. This came from that Pack of Destruction set, and that set really, I held it close to my heart because that was a really good set. And I want to buy it again. Hopefully, I can find it at like G-Fest or something like that. But later, I started watching more and more YouTube videos and stuff like that. And I pulled up a few YouTubers' videos. Deadzilla, he was one. Ultraman Kronos, Goji 73. It was really those three right there. Oh, four actually. Nick Jones before he left YouTube and all that. But yeah, I was really into those four guys right there. So I was always watching their videos. At the time, I was like 7, 8, 9, watching their figure reviews. So I was looking up online which figure is which and stuff like that. And at the time, that's like kind of doing your homework. You're studying and stuff like that. All this different type of merchandise that they have. Oh, I want to get it. How much is it? You're learning prices and stuff like that. You're going on different online websites and stuff. So you're pricing them out. And at the time, as I was learning, my parents were learning with me too. They were the ones who were interested to see my hobby, and they were the ones buying me figures and movies and games and stuff like that. My dad was actually the one who got me into Ultraman. Ultraman was what my dad used to watch when he was a kid. My dad was a huge fan of Ultraman, the original Ultraman movies. He got me into, he showed me TV shows and the movie of Ultraman and all that. He knew the monsters and stuff like that. And I've just been, a big fan of Ultraman, since then. That was probably back in 2007 when I was living with him in California. When we went to my first G-Fest, Ultraman was all over the place, and he was hooked. That's what got him back into kaiju and tokusatsu and stuff like that, and he was just blown away. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to find a beta capsule for Ultraman because that was the one thing that he always wanted when he was a kid and he saw the TV show. He always wanted a beta capsule, and he still to this day hasn't found one, but I still to this day want to get him one. He was the one who got me into Ultraman, so I started watching more and more TV shows of Ultraman, looking online at the figures and stuff like that. I mean, over the years, I started playing the Godzilla Save the Earth game more and more with my brother and my friends, and found out that I had friends that liked Godzilla and stuff like that. With my cousins, we were playing Godzilla games and found more kaiju games. We eventually, found War of the Monsters, and this was always a fun game. I still play this game to this day. I have it even port on my PlayStation 4 too, and I was just like, wow. As time is going on, I'm getting more and more aware with kaiju world and stuff like that. Then 2013 hits. I attend my first G-Fest. Yes, I was 12 at the time, and it was me and my dad. We only went for a day. Well, we got there Friday, but we spent the whole day Saturday and left Sunday morning. So, but yeah, we went to G-Fest. Just wow, blown away. I got so many figures that year. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think really increased everything. Like, it really, like I said before, a lot of stuff did increase it, but that right there, that was a set stone right there. And that, I got to do YouTube and stuff like this because I was still watching, other YouTubers back then, At the time, that was 2013, it was like Samson West and Richie and stuff like that. I was like, well, if they can do it, why can't I do it? Let me grab a camera and put it on, you know what I'm saying, and start doing, YouTube, and that's where we're at today, you know what I'm saying? So I actually saw G-Fest on YouTube a year before. And a year before, in 2012, we were supposed to go, but we just weren't consistent with it, and money issues and stuff like that. So it never really happened. The year after that, I made sure we were going. So, and I've been going every year since, except for 2015. I missed G-Fest 2013. I'm still sad about that, but we're going this year, and it's my 5th G-Fest, and I'm so excited for it. After I did my first video on YouTube, which was my first channel, which was Kaiju Goji 2K, which is now a running meme in my little friend group. Started watching more and more YouTube. We got a little fan for you, Goji Fan 93, and all these other new guys that are coming in and stuff like that. So they're giving me more inspiration on how to do my videos and stuff like that. So in 2014, I started my Goji Franklin channel, which was actually my name, Javante Franklin, before I changed it to Goji Franklin. So now we went to 2014, and then I met Louis Duran through YouTube and Godzilla through YouTube. Kaijuzilla 2001, I don't know if you guys remember them, but we met them through YouTube and stuff like that. And we all just became really good friends. We became so close because of Google Hangouts was the thing that got us really close, because we used to be on that thing all day, just talking and talking and talking. Eventually, found out that we were all going to G-Fest, except for Godzilla that year. But we went to G-Fest, and then we had a great time. That was my second G-Fest, my first time meeting Louis Duran and stuff like that. It was so amazing. Next year, I missed out on G-Fest, but Louis and Andy got to go, and, that's the year that we met my friends Jonte and Joey, King Goji Fan 2002, and Super Godzilla 1974. 2013, at my first G-Fest, I remember I met my friend Terrence. His name on Instagram is Spawn Jr. His YouTube name is Kaiju Go On Gamer, and I met him for the first time, and wow, we just clicked like that. What I'm saying? We were such good friends. It's just we fell off until 2015 when we got back into contact because of Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that. And I figured out he was doing that type of stuff too. So we're back together now, and we're really good friends. We're like this. So yeah, 2015 goes by and stuff like that. We're making more and more friends, bringing more people into our groups. And now we got me, Louis Duran, Godzilla, Super Godzilla 1974, into it. Super Godzilla 1974, King Goji Fan 2002, Chris Chicken Man 456, and Jansen Me. I don't know if you guys remember Jansen Me, but they were all part of our group and stuff like that. And then 2016 came around, still collecting, and my collection's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and stuff like that. I'm going to G-Fest, I'm going to Comic-Con, I'm going to toy festivals and stuff like that. You guys are seeing this too as you guys grow with me on my channel. You guys are seeing the videos and stuff like that, and I'm recording. I'm doing more videos. I'm trying to build who I am as a YouTuber and stuff. 2015 comes and goes. 2016, and we go to my third G-Fest, and that right there, that was it right there. That G-Fest was so special. Just wow. It'd been a whole 2 years since I had been to G-Fest, and I met Godzilla. I met Godzilla for the first time. I met Super Godzilla 74 for the first time. King Goji Fan 2002 for the first time. Jansen Me for the first time. Chicken Man for the first time. It's just it was so special. And then the story goes on. 2017, and then here we are today. And here's my collection today. So now I graduated high school, and my collection is bigger than ever. I'm about to go to my 5th G-Fest, and this G-Fest is super special. And I'll also make an announcement about this G-Fest later on this week before we leave. But yeah, that's where I am today, and that's where the Goji Franklin channel is right now too. So I'm going to continue to do more videos. I know I'm not the biggest YouTuber out there, obviously. I'm a pretty small YouTuber. I stay at 800 something subscribers, and I do appreciate my little core audience that I do have, all you guys that do watch me, and all you guys that follow me on Instagram and stuff like that. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. I do want to get bigger, you know what I'm saying? I want to build my fan base up and stuff like that, so I know what I need to do, so it's just a matter of actually doing it. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. So yeah, so now I'm an adult now. I'm about to be moving out of this house, and moving in with my brother and my dad back in California. So, you know, got some stuff to do. About to be attending college, so it'll be easier for me to grasp more ideas of videos that I want to do. So I just wanted to share you guys that little story. And hey guys, if you like that video, share it, okay? And don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and make sure you guys subscribe to Goji Franklin for more kaiju videos. Peace.